Thanks, everyone. Welcome back to 257 Collective Podcast. Today it's a pretty special day, boys.
It is. It is.
It's a special day. Today we've brought in a new member, so there's 4 of us sitting at the table today. It's our good mate Jack Johns. How you going, Jack?
Good, Matthew. Good to see you taking charge.
It's good to be on a proper podcast, isn't that? That's what you said earlier, isn't it?
Yeah. This is first grade from what I've heard.
Yeah. So what's our Matt?
Oh,
the Johns family.
Shandor's fueled by fire.
Oh,
wow.
Early shade.
Poor Shandor.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
I got me
Do you
to
want to say sorry? We'll take that back. Yeah?
Let it go.
let it go. Let it go. Let bygones be bygones. How you going, boys? KP, Connor, what's going on?
Nothing too new. I'm good though. Happy, healthy. I'll be better this one. As you said in the last
Good
podcast.
start. Real good start. Real good start.
It's an early start. I'll get one out of the way.
I thought you were good last time.
Yeah.
I listened back to it
That's
today and you were pretty good.
Sore throat. You had a sore throat last week.
I did have a sore throat.
Don't get on the drink for 3 days.
I didn't do that. That was not what I did. I trained hard and looked after my body.
Fair spraying that.
How
There's
you
a
going,
fair
Connor? You
spray.
going good?
I'm good. I had something that I wanted to tell you, but I forgot.
That's good. Oh, yeah, that's good for this.
For a
Just forget.
podcast.
I know. No, like it was this morning. I thought I was driving my car and I was like, oh, can't wait to bring that up on the podcast. But
Write it down.
I've got a mind blank.
In your notes.
I was driving. It's probably not the smartest thing to do is
There
write
you
something
go.
down when I'm driving, boys.
Safety first.
He's in the old Watson melon.
At all
Good man.
times.
Our guest today, he was born in Newey. He has lived in Newey, England, and mainly the northern beaches. He is the nephew of the great Andrew Johns and the son of the even greater Matty Johns. He's our music and movie friend guru, but most of all, he's our great mate. So,
And
Johnsy,
he's weird.
Yeah, he's real weird. So thanks for joining us today, Johnsy.
Thanks,
We
fellas.
appreciate it. Look,
That's
Thanks,
your
guys.
life. That's your life, mate.
It's really warmed my heart up, that.
That is your life.
Has it?
It's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, I reckon.
no,
Did you
I've
miss
said
anything?
nicer.
Oh, you say nice things, but not in
I laugh at your jokes a lot when other people
consecutive
don't
order.
laugh.
Well,
Is that like I feel sorry for you laugh, or do you genuinely think they're
I
funny?
find a lot of your shit funny. You know that.
you laugh at me, not with me, mate.
Yeah? Is that common?
No, I laugh with you.
When you choose to.
Hey, just quickly, we're going to touch on this is being recorded Wednesday. It'll be dropped next Tuesday. But 2 days ago on Monday, which will be 9 days ago from the podcast.
Hang on.
Oh, 8 days ago.
Did we just time travel?
We did. It was International Women's Day. And so, boys, we thought we'd thank a couple of special ladies in our life. Johnsy, I'll let you go first. You're the
Oh, it's
guest.
Trish Johns. Trish, she's the star in my life.
I like
That's
that. I
nice.
like that.
That
She'll
was
like
nice.
that. Do you reckon she'll listen?
She probably won't.
Bit of rivalry.
That's okay.
Sorry. She's
That's
really
all right.
she's rock solid with the Matty Johns podcast. I'm sorry.
Good
She's
on
a
her.
great lady, your mum.
She's one of the greats.
Talking about mums, Connor.
Should I say what I said on my mum's birthday card?
What'd you say on that?
Mum, in a black and white world, you're a streak of colour.
Oh,
I love you.
Oh.
That's nice.
That was nice, eh?
that's good, man.
That's
Thank
really
you.
nice.
Did you write that or did you?
No, I actually
was
wrote
it
it.
on the birthday card.
I wrote it. And I'd like to just give a shout out to Coach's
Google
mum
it?
and sisters and also Kaylin's mum.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you have to
why?
go there?
No, thank you. bro.
KP, you go next.
Yeah, my mum, I'm looking down the barrel. My mum, Kaylee, beautiful. Love yous.
You haven't got a message you don't want to give a shout out to?
No, I don't have a missus.
Nah,
Oh,
I don't have a
who
missus.
are you with on the weekend?
so you don't want to
My
give a shout
friend,
out. You don't want to
my
give a
best
shout out to
friend.
anyone.
Bailey, you're not a girl, but I'll give you a shout out too.
Good on, Babs.
Still off him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd like to give a shout out to my mum, my 2 sisters, and me nan. So, boys, another
I forgot
thing.
my nan, bro.
So did I.
Shout out, nan.
Shout
Love you
out-
too.
Love you, gal. And tell your boyfriend Spider I said hey to.
That's what we want, Johnsy. Good start. And also, boys, today, look, the great Cameron Smith, he's hung up the boots officially. So, look, boys, I think greatest of all time sums it up pretty good. What do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
Bittersweet. Like for me, when I was sitting there and I found out, I was like, yes, but I was also like, no. Obviously, because we don't have to play against him anymore, which I'm quite happy about.
True.
But such an influential player in our game, and he's a beast. He's the GOAT
I'm happy that he finished in Storm colours.
on his own terms.
I thought it would have been so weird seeing him in
I would
another
have liked
club.
to see him try, though.
Yeah?
To see if he could do it.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool if he went, especially if he's going to go back to Queensland to one of them clubs and seeing if he could win a premiership there.
Yeah.
KP, greatest of all time, yes or no?
Yes.
Connor?
Yep.
Johnsy?
I
I know you have to be a bit biased to your uncle.
No, I concur.
Yes.
I do.
Good. Played the 5th. I like it. That's 4 yeses. Righto, boys. Fan shout out. Connor, you got a message off of Tyrell on Instagram. He didn't say his last name, but, but he said his little sister, she's 17 years old. He called her a little redhead. So
I know, and because Kaylin's a redhead too, I thought we have to give her a shout out.
We thought we'd have to put that in.
I'm not a redhead.
What colour do you say your hair is?
Burgundy or strawberry blonde, depending
Burgundy. Ron Burgundy. With a splash of Ranger.
No.
Okay. So we wanted to give a shout out to little Emily.
Yes, sir.
We also had another one from both of you, KP and Connor. KP, you go.
Jed Kurz commented on YouTube, just said something about my water bottle, so thank you.
Yeah, we noticed the little things.
Humbles, yeah.
And
It's
Connor?
weird to see KP like humbly using a water bottle.
Replying to someone.
and replying to people.
Humble's a good one. I like that. It's a subtle dig. I like that.
I know.
From him? From him, so I'm not too concerned.
Connor, you wanted to give one out?
Yeah, just to Joe Blogs, you know who you are. We see you on YouTube, keeping us humble. 1988 air conditioning, you reckon? We got ducted, buddy. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say. He's already went at him.
I haven't read the comments, but Joe, I think you're brave, and if you want to come over to my house for dinner any time, you're more than welcome.
Thanks, Johnsy. Probably you. It's probably you.
Do you have a burner named Joe Blogs?
Maybe not. Maybe.
Do you reckon it's one of the boys? Yes or no?
Well, I was talking to one of the boys yesterday, and I'm not going to snitch on who it was, but he was telling me he actually has a fake YouTube where he goes and sprays people.
What?
So I don't know if it's this one. It got me thinking last night, and then this morning woke up to another comment from Joe Blogs, and it made me think maybe it's him.
I have a Twitter account.
You actually have a movie account.
A movie review account.
Yeah.
That's for another day. That's for another day. All right, boys. As for the people that are watching on YouTube, we all have pretty ridiculous hats on.
I forgot.
This is a little last minute addition to the podcast. Each hat has a little story behind it. So
What are you talking about?
This is actually Jack's number
He
one
wears this to
hat.
training.
Is it fancy dress?
that's what we were going to do. We're going to do a fancy dress, but we thought,
We'll wear hats.
I've got
It's
nothing
easier.
fancy. So
Oh, we should have come as Prince.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
It's just an icon.
Johnsy, do you want to tell your story about your hat first?
Oh yeah, mine was I got it in Byron when me and Connor went away over the break, and I wore it just as a laugh, and I've just kept it with me. It's just got so many memories. A few nights out, a few days where we really were on the brink.
Well, hold on to them stories because we're going to talk Byron trips a little bit later. And Connor, KP, you have the same hat on.
Yes.
So it's obviously a joint venture.
Mate, it was an amazing time. We had a lot of fun.
For those at home, it's a listeners, it's an Oktoberfest hat. So it's like a
It's like a, I don't know how to
Point-
explain
I don't
it.
know.
Pointy.
Looks like a Harry Potter style hat.
yeah, so it's
Like
a
the sorting hat.
Yes,
It just
sorcerer hat.
was 3 days.
Wrong.
3 days of fun. The best times I've ever had.
Kentucky.
Happiest I've ever been.
That's grouse.
And what about you, bro? Like, what's your?
Well, there's a
hat?
bit of a story behind it. It was a big day out. My older brother, Josh, he promised me he was going to take me to my first big day out, but I wasn't old enough to get a ticket. So he said, "Look, we'll jump the fence and I'll jump it with you." I hope I don't get in trouble saying this. Anyway, we're on our way there, right? And there was sort of like a little group of people that were like following them, and they're like, "Yeah, look, we're like sold out. We're going to jump as well. Come with us. We know a spot to jump." I was like 15 at the time. I was so nervous. We get to the fence borderline. Josh is like, "Matty, I'll go first. Just follow me. Trust me, it'll be sweet." He goes first. I follow him. As I land next to him, and he was getting held on his shirt by a security guard, and I was like, "That's it. It's a bust. No good." Anyway, we get kicked out, right? We get punted from the Big Day Out Festival, and as we're walking out the front, there was this fella, we didn't know him, but he was having a bad time. He was spewing up in the gutter. It was early
He
too.
took his hat.
No, not his hat. And he was spewing up in the gutter. Anyway, we were sort of helping him. We're like,
Took his wallet.
We're like, look, mate.
He took his shoe.
We're like, look, mate, you
took him.
you look pretty cool. How about we'll just sort of sit with you. We're not going in the festival anyway. Anyway, a group of his mates come from inside the festival out towards him. And they rally him. I can't remember his name, but they're like, "Come on, bro, you're right. Get up." And the security guards are like, "Yeah, righto, you can go back in." And because we were sort of cradling the bloke, we would just sort of joined in with the crowd, with the flow, ended up getting into the festival, and that was how I got into my first big day out. But now I wear the hat to work and it looks like dog shit, so it looks pretty bad. It's all faded and that, so
What year was that?
I can't remember. I made the story up.
That's what I was about to say.
You made that whole story up. Where does the hat come in?
I don't know. You just said come with a story, so I just made it up.
Jeez, you folded quick, didn't you?
Some serious. That's GST,
It was a
bro.
lie straight away. This is our friend that lies, Matt Croker.
Shut up.
Producer
I
A,
don't
sorry,
lie.
my bad.
Hey.
Well, that's the story behind the hats. That's why we're all wearing different hats.
And we might do it
sentimental.
every week. We might do it every week.
Might do something. Might be wear something different every week. We just don't know yet.
No undies, maybe.
Well, that's not wearing.
How are they going to see?
Come on.
I'm not getting
Nice.
for we're going to move on to how we all met. I think me and you would have met first, Johnsy.
Yeah, we probably did.
I'd say that. So we were both training with the under 20s. 2016?
Yeah, you would have been 18.
Yeah, 16, 17, 18.
See,
yeah.
see what you see here, guys? What you see right here? It's a little bit of me.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of me.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. We had a good time that year, eh? That was the grouse.
Yeah, 2017-20, so it was a great crew. We did well. We actually did quite well that year, but
Yeah.
also, on top of it,
We had a
great
good
group
time.
of mates together. It was a lot of fun.
Johnsy took me out on my first night out in Newcastle.
Did I?
Remember we were talking about it the other day in the taxi?
Oh, yeah, I remember the taxi to around this area, and there's still a mark on the street from that night.
Yeah, that was no good. I was crook as.
Where you are?
But how did you two meet, Johnsy? KP, do you remember?
Yeah, it was. Do you remember that time?
Oh,
You remember?
I wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Do you remember? Honestly, I can't. But I just remember back before you moved to Sydney, and I say this all the time. We're on different levels, very different levels.
Yeah, you keep saying, see, like,
Think you've changed.
see, for people out there, Kaylin thinks I'm funnier and more interesting.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
They both agree, but I believe they've just suddenly grown up a little bit. Like me, Croak's on the same, eh? Do you reckon I'm the
take
same?
that.
I reckon you're the same man
No,
you were
he's
4 years
not.
ago.
Thank you.
Same man you were 4
Say
years
what-
ago.
say what-
Except you're a bit better looking
I
now.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were out of shape back
You're
then.
a grouse
You were-
sort now.
You were pudgy.
May the deal with the devil, boys.
Oh,
But in saying that, he is the second best looking John's brother.
Yeah,
that's true.
Allegedly,
Coop rang me the other night. FaceTime me like 10:30.
does that?
I want to get back to what you said to me that time. I asked you, like, when you wake up, are you the same person? And what did you say?
Did I say it? I'm either a different person every day, or I'm the same person all the time. Something like that.
Something like that, which I believe. He's so different, but he's also himself
Just
every day, and I just don't understand him. Still sometimes, but back then I literally had no idea what you were saying at all times.
That was complete bullshit. I just fed you.
There's a lot of lies getting around on this podcast right now.
They're good
coming
lies.
from this side here, Croaks' side.
You told a lie sitting in
I
this
don't-
very seat last
I
week.
don't remember how we met. I remember a few times that we had, but that year that you were here was good fun.
It was a good year.
Do you remember Connor?
No, it wasn't. Meeting Johnsy wasn't that memorable.
Oh, wow.
No one he meets apparently because he doesn't remember names.
Because he doesn't remember
No, but I did
names.
remember his name from the start. Nah, I'm
As
joking.
Tell-
He,
tell-
No,
yeah.
it's the same thing. Like I've said this to Jack, and I remind him of this every day. Every time I laugh at one of his jokes, because I never used to laugh at his
Few
jokes.
and far between.
Yeah, but now I find that he's funny. We have a good time together. You know, even in our trip in Byron, like immediately there, I was like, oh, Jack's a bit of a it's a bit of a cool cat now.
Really?
Yeah,
I reckon you got swagger about you.
you do.
Should we give him one compliment each?
The little bit of Italian in you, I reckon it gives you,
You know what
just
this
a bit of
reminds
an
me
edge.
of? This reminds me of Mad Monday, and we're in the 20s, and for about 48 hours, him and Zach Hosking pumped me tyres up, started putting all these weird clothes on.
Who, me? Who,
Yeah.
me? Oh, this is a good story, okay.
They kept saying that I was looking really good. Like, they were giving me compliment after compliment. I was wearing a cardigan.
You had a cardigan and like a
orange tinted sunnies.
and like a round hat on.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, the
and
grouse.
I looked like garbage.
I still back you. I thought you actually looked pretty good.
Shut up.
Yeah.
But I honestly, for that 48-hour period, about day 3 and 4, I honestly thought I was killing it.
No,
Like,
mate,
proper.
I swear to God, I believed it as well. Looking back on it now, we'll probably take the Mickey out of you, but I at the time, I was like, this guy's the grouse. And that's why there's a bit of you in me, because I grew up wanting to be
Bit
like
you.
that man in the cardigan. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about, we had a little group back in the day, back in the start of WhatsApp called Below the Fives.
Below the
Or Below Fives.
Below,
Either or.
It was
Something
winter.
like that.
It was winter. It was really cold.
That's when we started the group, hey? Is that how it started?
There was a meaning. We never told anyone about the meaning, did we?
No.
I don't know. But it was,
I don't think we will.
it
We
was
made a rap
interesting-
song, though.
It was an interesting
Let's
group.
talk. That's what I wanted to talk about.
We made a rap song.
There's a myth about a rap song that
There's a
happened in this,
photo.
It was
in
a
this
rap
very
video.
in this very house.
Full film clip.
Can
man.
you three?
Full film clip.
Can you three confirm that happened?
It did happen, yeah.
We did. We
Tell
have
us-
memories from it.
I was
John Z,
the-
can you tell us the story?
I was the filmographer. Is that what? Is that was that
Producer?
Videographer.
Yeah.
But
Jay?
I
Jay?
wasn't- Yeah,
Yeah,
video-
videographer.
Yeah, on a would have been at the time an iPhone 7. So terrible quality of footage.
Quality's not great.
Nah.
Content,
But,
though, was
Oh, yeah,
quality.
content.
How
was
would you
gross.
explain that? Because I still remember at the time it was really weird.
Oh, if you're saying it's weird, then it was.
It was
probably-
pretty weird.
Probably very weird. It was fun though. We were sober as. It was probably like a Tuesday night. We were all dressed up in what we thought were cool.
We'll post the photos on our Instagram.
Who
We've got
was in the
photos.
videos?
T Starling.
Yeah, Tommy Starling
Curtis Dark.
and Curtis Dark.
What was
The
K
great.
Dark's little nickname in the song?
K Dizzle.
K Dizzle, that's it. And then
What was yours was Pong Daddy, eh?
Punchy. I think Punchy at the time.
Yeah. Is Pong Daddy your PlayStation name?
Yes, that's
I
my.
just gave it away.
Everyone had him.
Everyone had him.
It's got numbers at the end.
Pong Daddy 99, I think.
No. Oh, anyway.
I don't know.
Oh, yes.
I was C Pain.
C
I,
Pain,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it, yeah.
It's
Do you
my
remember your
rapper name.
verse? Can you give us a little sample?
no.
Do you
I
remember your
got
verse?
a verse I can give you about.
Below the 5, come with me for a look inside.
Hey.
That's all we need because I don't remember the rest.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Nah.
I just remember I remember the transition from oh my god, Croaks.
Sorry, that's a coffee.
I'm so sorry.
So for anyone that's
I don't
listening,
know how to turn it up.
if your phone goes off in a meeting or anything like that, it's instant coffee
And it's worse because my phone's
connected.
Bluetooth connected to the
So
mixer.
next
Yes.
time you watch the podcast, we will be having coffee sitting here on the
Bloody
table.
Kurt Man.
Actually-
Kurt Man, that's what it was.
Quickly on that rap video, I ended up deleting a lot of them after I left, but there were about maybe 30 outtakes before we got the full video, and all of them, because KP led the video,
Yeah, I was
all of them
first.
were of KP starting, and he'd start laughing or he'd start like.
Curtis Dar was no better.
No, he wasn't. But you, because you had the lead, the most outtakes review.
Do you remember how we did it? We were sitting here one night. I don't know how it even come up, but we're like, all right, boys.
Go write a verse.
Everyone's got an hour to go write a verse. So we all went and sat in different rooms of the house,
And wrote our own verses.
wrote our verses, come back together, and then just a few practice runs. Got some of my kit on. We had some jackets.
The
I
song
remember
was,
all the chain.
Darky had the big like woolly like.
Yeah, it's a
sort of-
blanket, but we turned it into like a pimp coat.
the song was BIA by Troy Boy as well. If you just want to have a little rap.
That's it. Yeah,
And we rapped over that. Yeah.
KP, I'll give you a
Instrumental.
little rap. You're actually pretty good at making up a couple freestyles. We do it often, eh?
Driving in my car,
We do
sad
it too
songs.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You love sad songs, eh?
yeah. Oh.
Pound cake instrumental.
That's
That's
sweet,
our
isn't it?
go-to.
You are an Elton John
the
fan,
greats.
aren't you?
That's the weird shit we wanted you to say on here, John Z.
Yeah.
Is that
Right.
weird for you or normal?
For those who get that reference, thank you.
All right, we're going to fast forward a little bit. Within that below fives, we used to every Sunday we used to go to Sapphires at the end of Beaumont.
Yeah.
Good times,
Great.
some rough times, because we would it would always be a Sunday night, and we would discuss the
We're
weekend that
hungover.
we just had.
It'd be a debrief.
A debrief, great word for it.
Thanks.
Is that where the Grateful started?
Yes, it was.
Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah. So basically, it started with a weekend wrap up.
30 seconds.
Yeah. And then one week, Darky come in, Curtis Dark. I've never seen a sadder bloke in my life. Thought, how can we cheer him up from his actions on the old Saturday night?
The
And
greatest man.
bit of perspective, bit of gratefuls. Helped get him through it, as well as sleeping next to me in bed for about a week because he couldn't go
He
home.
was disgusted in himself and the actions that he had committed.
I just remember him sitting at the head of the table, and everyone had done their weekend wrap up, and they turned to Darky, and he goes, he goes, you think you know a bloke? What were you going to say, Jack?
So I remember when it went around to him, and I just, out of being a smart ass at the time, I just went, "Oh, this will be good." And I swear to God, I saw him prepare his remark, and a tear dropped onto his plate. I remember thinking, Oh,
You've
this
done it.
isn't good.
It's a touchy subject.
There is not many blokes funner to get on the piss with than Darky.
No.
Best on the syrup, man. What about when he went, like Johnsy, you'd know about this, when he starts getting into the Coca-Cola drinks, like he starts drinking like bourbon and Coke. That's when you know he's just on the cliff. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, you don't want him to go anywhere near those bourbon and cokes because he just turns into a beast. He does, doesn't he?
He's the best, man. Oh, I love him.
If you're listening, you have like your own sort of Sunday ritual. Feel free to comment. We've sort of dropped off that a little bit, but I mean, Gratefuls is something we do all the time. But I reckon, just let us know what you get up to every Sunday. Like it was pretty much our thing.
The Gratefuls could change your life. Look at Scope.
I think he's the most grateful person on this planet
Ever.
If he stubbed his toe, he'd be grateful.
Yeah, he would be.
Yeah. For something. For something.
But
I love it though.
He wasn't doing that until he hung up with us in Byron on the first. And we all did it at that. Where were we that day? It was the
It's like the
Grouse.
Fresh Cafe or something.
Me, you and him went there in the morning and had brekkie there. Then we went there and had dinner at night. That was the
That's
Grouse.
Wait, so you think he's the most grateful person on the planet?
Haven't you heard?
Apologies to the Dalai Lama. Like seriously. Saying.
That's true. That is true.
Fair, Johnsy.
Okay. Oh well. Speaking of Byron, used to had a little trip there before New Year's, off season.
A little warm up.
It was about a week after the season, a week or two after the season finished.
So like early November.
Can't remember specific
Something like
dates,
that.
but something around there.
Tell us a bit. Tell us something you got for us.
Wrap it up.
Well, it was actually straight up. Oh, it was actually straight after the grand final.
Yes, it was the week after.
That's right, because you went to the grand final because of your award, and then you flew to Byron.
Yeah.
True.
So Cooper Johns and all the Storm boys, of course, are in the Sunny Coast, and we've organised to see Coop because I hadn't seen him in a long time. He'd been locked down,
Bubble.
and up there, and they were going to drive down to Byron, and me and young Sam Verrills from the Roosters, me and him drove up. He's from the Northern Beaches as well, so we drove up to Byron and met Connor up there. Connor up there was doing some rehab work on his Achilles at the time, but it was good. The boys, I think Connor joined us after a couple of days, but the Melbourne boys, of course, came in red hot after the grand final, and Cooper as per usual,
Fine form.
in fine form. He's like fine wine.
Not the hype man,
Yeah, he really turns it on. But it was a really good time. What do you want to talk about? Any
A couple highlights.
specifics?
I feel like you want to touch on a certain night.
I do want to talk about the final night. There's a fair bit of good stuff to get through, but it'll take up too much time. So let's just fast forward to the final night of the evening, where we went to the loft. Is it the loft?
Yeah, the
up
loft.
there? And we'd had a good day, and I, of course,
One of the great days, actually. Melbourne Cup. It was.
It was. I lost a lot of money that day, unfortunately.
Was that when you had the?
I haven't even re-downloaded my app yet. But I was driving early. I had to get Connor up at 6 o'clock. I was driving him back to Newey, and so about 9:30, I called it quits. I went, I'll go back, get an early night. So I don't want to drive tired.
Yeah.
Precious cargo. You know what I mean?
100%.
I look at him.
God bless.
So I go to sleep, wake up 5:30 or whatever it was. He woke him up. He was like a
Zombie.
fire-breathing dragon. He really didn't want to bar me that morning. Like I've never, Connor's a pretty happy, grateful guy, but that morning he was looking at me with that look like, get out. But I chucked his clothes at him and got everything in the car and said, come on, hop in the car and get to bed. And then he ran me through the night that was apparently that I missed out on. Please enlighten us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Take
so
the lead.
we're at the loft. Jack leaves. He introduces me to a waitress there. That's where it all sort of kicked off. And
A friend of mine.
a dear friend of Jack's, a dear friend of mine. And anyway, the waitress stayed for a couple of drinks after they finished work. I've got to be specific with terms here. And then once the loft closed, there was still a big group of probably like 10 of us, and the waitress invited us to another place called what was it, the name of it again? The Arts Factory, Byron Bay Arts Factory.
Was there a Pentagon in there somewhere as well?
Well, that's where I'm getting to,
Sorry,
Jack. So
apologies.
I'm thinking like the Arts Factory. I've been to Byron a couple of times. I wouldn't say I'm a veteran, but I know my way around there. I've never heard of the Arts Factory. Get a maxi taxi. All of us jump in on the way to the Arts Factory. We were driving for like 5 minutes. I feel like we're up in the hills somewhere. literally get out. All you see is this like big peace sign, like at the front of it. I'm like, what are we walking into here?
Love it.
Walk into the car park, realize we've ended up at this like hippie hostel.
Resort, is it grouse?
Yeah. And it's all you can hear is like the drums and the guitar and people singing. And we've like walked through this little corridor and popped out. And as we popped out, there's like 80 backpackers. A lot of them are very inclined in the hippie lifestyle. Yep. Sitting there playing guitar, drinking red wine, getting up to, whatever else hippies get up to. And even hula hoop action's going on. That's the level. That's the level that we're at.
That's one of the great pairings in life, isn't it? Hula hoops and hippies.
At night time.
Yes.
At night time.
Bands
yeah.
and all that stuff.
And so this is where the story, gets a little bit weird. So I sit down. So obviously the waitress lives there, and they live in this place called the Pentagon.
Yep.
So I'm like, where is this Pentagon? Anyway, I get to meeting some of the locals, and we didn't have any drinks, and there was no bar in this hostel, right? So they've got like goon bags. There's a couple bottles of red wine, getting around a few beers. I'm like, how do I get myself a drink here?
This is so good. This is so good.
Tim,
this
mate.
is so
Tim
good.
was his name.
Tim,
Yes,
it was
okay.
Tim. You're a
So she introduces me to a couple blokes. One of them's name's Tim. Now, Tim was about 50.
Good on you, Tim, if you're listening. Good on you.
Legend. He'd been living at this hostel for a while, but that is what it seemed. Sat down, start talking to him, and I'm just like, all right, let's go for it here, Connor. I was like, Tim, how are you, man? And just started talking. I was like, bro, you're such a positive guy. Your vibes, man, your energy. I get this aura from you, man. And then he's like, bro, that's crazy. Because as soon as you sat down here, he goes, I felt your energy, like you're a leader, And I was like, oh my God, Tim, I get the same thing about you too. And he's like, you know what, man, that's weird because I don't really see myself as a leader. I'm like, all right, Connor, you got to turn this here. You got to turn this.
Yeah, he's flipped
I'm
it
like,
on you.
I'm like, Tim.
Flip it
I'm
back.
like, you can be a leader if you want to be a leader. You've got the energy, Tim. I can feel it. It's inside you. And then I was like, oh, can I have a drink of that red wine?
That's the best story. I remember hearing that the first time. Oh, belly laughs.
And then turns out that the Pentagon.
Did he give you some?
Yeah, I got some red wine.
Tim.
He's a beast, bro.
Timmy.
He was a beast.
Good on you, Timmy.
They were trying to tell me he was part of like the Byron Bay hippie mafia, and then I was like, "Oh no, this could
Whoopsie.
This story could go
weird.
a place I don't want it to
You're
go."
not drinking red wine, you're drinking blood.
And then, wow, sorry, got dark.
Hey, sweet.
But it turns out the Pentagon, much like our hats, right? It's a little teepee.
Yeah,
Is that where they live?
And it was like it's a woman's only teepee
Yep.
at the hostel.
Whoopsie.
Tim's in there.
No, Tim's not in there. Tim's in another part.
Thanks, Tim.
Oh, and then how we got kicked out.
Oh.
So the scope, right?
Yeah.
This is what the scope was up to. Uncle Scope. So he comes up to me, he goes, "Bah, the thing about these places, you just got to weird everyone out. You got to be weirder than everyone. That's how you fit in here." And I'm like, "No, Scope, you just been like normal. Just talk about like vibes and that, and you'll be sweet, man.
Yeah,
you don't have to be like." And then Scope goes and tries to steal the guy's hula hoop. And the guy who's hula hooping was the manager of the hostel. And then they realized that there's like 10 of us in there, and they're like, "You guys should not be here." And then so I'm off talking to the Miss Pentagon, and
Who's friend?
He's forgot her name already.
no, I don't. And so we're there having a chat, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Are you with those guys?" And I was like, "Nah, not me." He goes, "Well, where are you staying?" I just seen that tent there. I was like, "Oh, yeah, Temple 1, just there."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Are you actually staying at Temple 1? So I got the name right. I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Just made up some random name." I was like, "Go look on the list."
What was it? Do you remember the name?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure. I swear he said it was. I thought you called yourself a doctor.
That'd be funny.
It did.
That'd be
I'm pretty sure
funny.
he did. Like Kenneth or something like that.
Kenny.
But that's rule one. Like that's one. That's like when you come out of the womb. That's rule one of life. Like you never steal a hippie's hula hoop.
No, 100%.
It's true. Like That's just number one.
That's good.
Come on, Scope.
Yeah.
And then so what happened, Connor?
Nah, and then he went through the system, and then he went up to her and was like, I know her name. Like, if he's off me. You think that I don't know her name?
No, I just want to know how he's got kicked
Lisa.
out. Yeah,
All
Lisa.
right,
Yeah,
no,
play on.
all right.
I just want to know how you get kicked out.
Just get off. Guys, you just witnessed Connor's head noise.
No, because I feel like I was made out to be rude the other week because I forget people's names, but I actually remember this one.
Nah, it's okay.
And he's like, look, Lisa, he's not staying here. He doesn't stay here. And she's like, she's like, yeah, he is. And then he was like, if he stays, then you're gonna get kicked out. So, so she's like,
Do you remember the manager's name?
no.
Well, he's a prick anyway.
Who cares about him?
We got a good story, Johnsy. You want to tell the Groove and the Moose story?
Oh,
You tell it.
look, I'll start it. You finish it.
No. Yeah, we'll jump in.
I'll get to the point where he injures himself. All right.
Okay.
So me and this might have been like 2018. It's my second year.
Yeah,
at Newcastle.
17, 18 maybe.
Yeah, and me and Croaks we're big fans of the Jungle Giants.
Massive.
So we thought we'd go out and see watch them perform, and we got the train out there.
Yeah, because it was
And,
out of Maitland.
Yeah, that's right. It was a good day for us. And on the way out there was a few like funny characters, heaps of people getting dressed up and having a really good time and that. And then people wear costumes and that for the Groove of the Moon. Like, I don't really get it, but
What do we have on? Just our black tees, probably.
yeah, you and me, typical. If you killed us both tomorrow and our wills were to give you guys our clothes, you should both get a shirt and shorts each.
Yeah, pretty much.
But when we're out there, so we're like, I don't even remember what artist it was, but we were out there in the mosh pit, and this death pit, like a death pit, like
Scary.
Yeah, where
like
they jump.
there was a big one the year
kicking.
before with Parkway Drive, but a couple of years earlier, sorry, and it started forming, and these people are just flying across. You know when they just start sprinting into each other,
Right.
and there was some bloke there dressed as the Do you remember the robot from LMFAO,
LMFAO.
the Party Rock Anthem?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
the shuffling
Yeah,
robot
yeah.
with the box head.
He was dressed up exactly like
Like
him. We
glitter.
full blown thought it was him.
Yeah, I was about to say, was it him?
It was full on. And
Could've
then he sort of like steal the show a bit. So he goes to the middle of this mosh pit, like this death pit, right? Don't know what he was thinking. But he just sort of got in the middle of it and he starts like trying to shuffle on that. And these two blokes from opposite angles just start sprinting at him. One goes low, one goes high.
Bruh, spun him like a Chinese cracker
Mate.
wheel, swear to God.
Craziness. Like the bloke, he dislocated something. I don't know. He couldn't get up.
His whole
That's
body.
all. Like, swear to God, he got flipped and like launched into him. Oh.
Anyway, no one could see it, right? Like, no one could sort of see him because everyone's just sort of closed in. Me and Johnsy, like, we're sort of responsible. Like, we got to go help this bloke, right? So we walk over, we're sort of pushing people out of the way. We're like, get away. We find this big robot head laying on the deck and we look at his leg and his leg was compound fractured.
Oh my
I swear
God.
to God. Bone out the skin, out the kneecap.
Just, mate, I couldn't even like look at it.
Right?
It
Me
was-
and Johnsy have...
Yeah, and he had like those, like he had like skinny, like so like
Because you know,
rubber pants. On.
because you know how the shufflers they used to wear like the skinny
morph suit
Yeah,
things.
right.
Yeah, those-
Nothing like that.
Skinny tights.
Yeah, skinny tights. Anyway, so and we've gone. Oh, we're like, mate, that's like crooked. Couple of his mates picked him up, took him to the to like the ambulance or something. And then what happened?
There's
Like,
that tent. There's
yeah,
that tent
yeah,
they've got
yeah.
there. And we saw him. We saw him later on the train back.
4 hours later.
No way. Like he just got back in the festival and partied more.
Nah, he couldn't have. He couldn't have.
Well, we were like, bro, how'd your night end up? And he's like, oh, you never let a leg injury finish you off, boys. That's what he said to us. I swear to God.
What a beast.
And that was our Groove of the Moose story. So that
Poor
was
bugger.
Mate, what about some of those deaf circles at festivals? I remember when we went to that, and remember Kynan had a neck brace on? Like the fake neck brace?
fake neck
And
brace.
he's in there smacking blokes with his neck brace on.
They used to say they'd always take a photo and go, "There's been an incident." That's what they kept saying.
He does that he did that.
Yeah, they do it all the time. Festivals are the grouse, bro. Oh, speaking of festivals, we because Johnsy, for those that don't know, Johnsy, massive music, movies, all things pop culture, facts, history, massive nerd for it. We all love it.
So nerd, sorry.
Hey, it's a good nerd. It's a great nerd. And so because of that, we thought we'd plug a bit of his knowledge, give you a couple lists of our own. And so we're going to start off, Johnsy. What is the best live performance you've seen? Or I know you thought of the question wrong, so just tell us how you thought.
So I went.
It's probably my fault.
The
Very vague question.
I'll start with the one I've been to. the one I've been to, a big day out 2013, I was 16 or 15, 16.
Yeah.
And it was at Australia Day. Thank you.
I was maybe trying to jump it.
Go one more time, please. Yeah, it was. I was like 15, 16, and it was like that 40-degree Australia Day where it was like dead set, like 42, 44 degrees.
They were spraying people with fire hoses.
Hoses just
sick.
in the air, just everyone's just like sweaty out. Like everything I wore was thrown out after. And but there was some good gigs on. There was Grinspoon there was a few DJs, but it finished with the Killers into the Red Hot Chili Peppers at the main stage.
Oh, wow.
It was hectic. It was a great
That's
day.
fucking mad.
Yeah.
That's hectic.
Just watch your language.
Sorry.
This isn't the John's Family podcast, mate. We can swear.
All right. But the one I wish I could have seen was Nirvana live MTV New York Unplugged.
Unplugged. You have that on vinyl.
I do. I wish I could be there. Wish I was there.
That would have been mad.
Lovely.
Connor, what do you got for us?
Yep. So
That was a good list, by the way, John.
Yeah, it
They
was
would be
nice.
mad to see.
I took it the same way as Jack did. So
Sorry about it.
yeah, the one that I was there for, my favourite, and I think Kaylin's got the same answer. RL Grime at that same festival
Grouse.
where Kynan was shouldering blokes.
With the neck brace.
Yeah, but I remember Gibbsy pushed right up to the front. We just followed him, hey, remember that? And we were right up the front, and the lights, fire, music was incredible. I didn't know much of RL Grime until that. Then after that, I've been a massive fan.
And what was the one, how you interpreted the question role?
Yeah, so I think watching on YouTube. So favourite live performance, I took it as like something I've seen. I've seen Queen Live Aid.
Oh, as in like watching it.
Yeah, I've watched that on
100%.
YouTube. I've seen it in the movie.
Yep.
That is incredible. That was wow.
That would be hectic.
Wow.
KP, what do you got for us?
Same, the RL Grime, best ever. I was at Flume for New Year's, but I don't actually remember too much of it.
Ooh.
So I'm sure that
I
was
seen
good.
him the next day, on New Year's Day.
Oh, yeah.
He played at, what's the New Year's Day? Field Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen him at Field Day because you've
Yeah.
seen him at
Was he
Falls.
good?
Bro, grouse.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I thought so.
He actually went to
Hectic.
my school, Flume.
That's a lie.
I swear on my life. He was
Really?
older by like 4 or 5 years. But yeah, he went to my
How
school.
old are you? What?
28, 29, 50. What?
What school did he get? What school did
St.
you go?
Augustine's at Brookvale. Across from Brookie Oval there.
That's
Did he
pretty-
actually?
That's cool.
He went to my school, yeah.
Wow.
That's not a lie. I would not make that up.
That's pretty mad.
There are some things you don't lie about.
Have you seen the video of him making holding on in his like bedroom or something? No, man. Hectic. Tex loves Flume.
And he also made music as well.
Yeah.
I think something I would want to go to is like a Drake or Travis Scott where it's
I've
like
seen
a
Drake live.
production.
I've seen
Like it's
Drake
a full
live.
movie. I
Cool.
reckon that'd be cool.
Yeah, I've seen him at
Did you actually?
yeah, I've seen him at Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney. I swear to God. Me, my little cousin Blackie, his older sister Talisha, and then my mate Charlie. Swear to God.
Really?
It was mad. It was so cool. On my list, I had I'll tell you who was my favourite was I've seen Bruno Mars live. And I
He's
know it's a
pretty cool.
weird one,
No,
but
he's
it
pretty
was
cool.
it was hectic. It was the most euphoric feeling I've ever felt. And someone I reckon would be mad is Bruce Springsteen.
Mm.
They reckon mad, like 3 hours worth.
I concur.
God, you've said that a couple of times. tonight.
Yeah.
All right, moving on
concur.
to our next list is in respect to the Internationals Women's Day. A couple of days ago, we're going to do our top 3 female artists. KP, you can start us off this time.
I'll go number 1, Mariah Carey.
Nice.
Someone modern. I was looking. I actually like Tones and I think her song. I like her songs if they're playing in the car. And one that's well, Connor actually suggested this one. Olivia Rodrigo.
Why did
She's
Connor
known-
suggest it?
She's known for the driver's license song. He was going through a tough time.
Who's that?
Not long ago.
I haven't heard of her.
You know, she's probably created one of the best breakup songs ever. And Connor was sort of listening to her, so I just thought I'd put her on my list.
That's
as
funny
well.
because Connor, you showed me that song as well.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Does that make you think of your ex, Grace, when you listen to it?
Johnsy, yours?
Oh, hilarious.
That was good. That was quick thinking. That was a pretty good list. Connor, what do you got?
So it's not like me to go overboards on a list.
3, please. Top 3 female
So
artists.
I wanted to go. I went 3 modern day. I just went with that. Halsey,
You love her.
darling.
Grouse.
Billie Eilish.
Cool.
Cool.
She's cool. She's
Cool
a cool
dude.
chick, man.
Chick.
And Georgia Smith. I'm a big fan. She's beautiful, man.
Yes.
And
Keep going then, I guess.
and then I'll go to just a few old school ones. Olivia Newton-John, Grease Lightning.
Grease Lightning.
One of the great films growing up. And Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac.
How'd you spell that?
I spelled it right. I just don't have good
just doesn't
handwriting.
look right.
Usually a K has a flick up the top. But
Did you know Stevie Nicks' first debut album was recorded in Bill Cosby's house?
No.
I told Jack that the other day.
really?
Mm.
Swear to God.
That's
Remember I
weird.
told you at the beach the other
Yeah,
day?
you did too, yeah.
What was the fact you told me about her the other day?
She dated Jimmy Iovine, who is the founder of Beats by Dre with Dr. Dre.
Yeah?
And he's a music producer. He produced her album Belladonna and did a lot of stuff for Tom Petty. That's why they got a few songs that mishmash over their albums.
Nice. Cool fact.
Who wants to go next?
Johnsy, you go next.
I'll go with I'm old school. You just know that already.
Grouse.
So first, I went with female artist. I went with the group, the Sister Sledge.
Never heard of them.
We Are Family.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Every song played at
I thought that was the Weather Girls.
Sweet. Okay. Second one's Blondie.
Yeah, I
Punk
know
rock.
Blondie. Yeah.
And then Stevie Nicks as well.
Cool list.
That's cool, man.
I went with Lana Del Rey.
That's your
Whitney.
baby girl,
That's
eh?
my baby.
Baby girl.
Amy Winehouse. Have you seen the Amy documentary?
Very good.
Yeah, mad. Different, eh?
Pretty dark. It's pretty.
Pretty sad.
Yeah,
And
very
then Whitney. Yeah, Miguel Whitney. So, all right, boys. Do we want to do the funeral songs up to you? Nah, it's too sad. This has been a fun podcast.
He
Wanna
wrote
brush it?
down funeral songs.
Just
but
because of our last podcast, we talked about near-death experiences. So we thought in the odd occasion, but we can brush them.
we'll brush them.
We'll brush them, man.
Brush them. Good call.
We're all
All
about
right.
being happy and
Well,
healthy and something
Since we're
else.
talking about
Yeah.
being happy, let's move to the top 3 songs that make you feel euphoric. So, Connor, you haven't started yet, so you can start.
Okay. In first place.
Should we play some of them?
Yeah. We'll play 'em.
Yeah. Tell us what you got first.
Yeah, so I got Wonderwall, Oasis. I know Jack's a big fan of these guys.
This one. Speaking of docos, have you seen the Oasis doco?
I heard it's incredible. I haven't.
Supersonic
Very good.
on Stan.
It is very good.
Grouse. What else you got for us, man?
Yeah, so when I thought of euphoric, Pound Cake, Paris Morton by Drake. Yeah, this part. I'm sitting in imagine me sitting in my car. I've just pulled up.
Freestyle.
About to walk inside, but I decided
Just
I
stay,
put the music up loud. I'm just sitting there by myself thinking about things.
Your poor neighbours.
If you like were coming home from training and you're just sort of pulling up to the house, that song's come on. You sit in the car for the whole song.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah,
I freestyle.
it's a long song too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
freestyle
7
rap.
minutes.
Yeah.
Whole song.
Third one.
I had In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins.
Wow.
So it brought back memories of the chocolate ad with the gorilla.
I don't know the ad.
Is it Cadbury?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cadbury.
It's a-
The gorillas.
I remember Mike Tyson did it in the Hangover movie. Remember?
Oh, I did too.
All right. Who wants to go next? We'll go KP. You go next.
Vertigo by Khalid.
You're a massive Khalid man, eh?
I just like those slow love songs. Stay High, Tovlo.
Sorry, mate. This one. I used to love Tovlo when I was younger.
I said Tov. Is that wrong? Anyway, same thing. And another one, but I don't think we have it.
No, I didn't have it.
That's
sorry.
all right. Come Home by Little Spirit. If you on YouTube or Spotify, listen to that.
Sorry,
Love his
still
other
late for
song,
me to
Big
get it,
Spirit. It's my favourite.
mate. Johnsy, kick us off, brother. What do you got?
I went. My first one was "Get Down Tonight" by KC and the Sunshine Band. It's
Does this make you like really?
it's just a great song. Ready?
Oh,
yeah.
That's a
One of
good
the
song.
greats.
Good
One of the
song, Johnsy. What do you got second?
My second is "Ramble On" by Led Zeppelin. And
I
my
like it, Johnsy.
Well, it's an acquired taste, but it's up there for me. And then my final was "Shooting Star." The song played in every cafe around Australia at 7:30.
Wow. Sorry, boys. I was so loud, eh?
No, that was mad though. I liked it.
This is a proper
It's
track.
a great song.
That's a good finish.
Yeah, it was
Good
strong.
finish to a good list.
Thank you very much.
For me, boys, I had High and Low by Empire of the Sun.
Oh, yes.
Love your Empire of the Sun.
Love
eh?
them, bruh. That just gives me a good,
It's a
good
great
feeling. I got Sweet Nothing by Calvin Harris. This one.
Great track.
Actually, that
Yes. Where are you right now?
I don't know.
That album with Calvin Harris, I think it might have been his third or fourth. That's a very good album.
Grouse.
It's got
He's a good
bounce on
artist,
it.
man.
Yeah,
It feels so close on
We're
it.
coming home.
Mate.
Good
Hey,
songs.
You know
And
what
to
I'm like,
finish,
fellas?
I got this
That's a
great
good
one.
Oh yeah.
That was a good little list. That was fun.
Yeah.
I
I
like,
like
when we play the songs on here.
I appreciate that.
All right, moving on. What did you look at me weird for, Connor?
No, because I swear before it, you said you didn't want to play the songs.
Nah, because I didn't want to play all of them. Didn't want to just sit here playing music. So
It gives the people like an understanding of what we're talking about,
yeah,
a more in-depth understanding.
sorry.
Yes, we have time. People like it too.
So we're gonna flip to the. Yeah, what they do. Yeah, we'd like it. We're gonna flip to the other side of Johnsie's knowledge, and we're gonna go to movies. So, Johnsy, favorite franchise? What do you got?
I had three I couldn't split.
Nah.
That's so fair. I'm so fair
You
with
know what
that.
he said?
What?
This is his home.
What?
This is his palace.
Connor, did you do the movies as well?
Yeah,
I couldn't split.
My man.
of course.
I couldn't
Ask
split.
me. Ask me.
You doing
KP?
KP?
I didn't do them. Sorry.
Man, thanks, bar. Johnsy, tell us.
I couldn't split the Star Wars, Marvel, or the Back to the Future franchise. I'm sorry.
That's true. See, I didn't even think of the Marvel franchise.
Star Wars.
French fries.
You like,
Marvel
you like
French
French
fries.
fries?
Does Marvel include like Deadpool? Like, are we?
It has to.
Everything.
Is it
I
everything?
suppose it does.
Are we just going all of
suppose.
Marvel?
It's not the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Yeah, that's true.
but I just guess it does count.
Because like he's a bit more of the X-Men as well. Would you count the X-Men as part of the Marvel?
Shout out to Hugh Jackman.
Do you know? Have
Big
you ever
fan.
I
met
actually
him?
went to the same school as Hugh Jackman.
Did you really?
Yeah, he went to Knox.
Fucking hell. That is pretty cool.
Shout
me
out to
and
him.
Jack.
Big fan of the podcast.
That is so sick. I don't know anyone that's
Big fan of the podcast.
It's because you went to Nabiac. About 5 people have gone there.
They're all my family members. Me and my 4 siblings. Nah, Johnsy's got to split one. What'd you think of first?
I'll go with Star Wars.
Good man. I thought so.
Yeah. Big fan of Darth Vader.
Connor White's in. What do you got?
It's 5,
6.
sweet. Okay, so when I
3. Give me a 3.
number 1, Lord of the Rings. I grew up watching it. My dad's a massive Lord of the Rings fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's a great.
It's mad.
That's a great.
Me and my little brother
list
were
of
watching Lord of the
movies.
Rings just last night.
It's,
Oh, it's just come on Netflix. That's
Just did come back on.
I might have
Netflix,
to get back on that.
100%.
Yeah.
you and all the hobbits. And
It only takes about 4 days to watch 3 of them.
Jackie fucking dog.
Hey,
Yeah,
That is so dog.
no disrespect to Frodo and the boys, all right?
Jack, you're a piece of shit. Go on.
Yeah, I had Deadpool, which is part of Marvel. I love Deadpool. I reckon it's
too?
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
and
movies,
there's one coming, and John Wick.
Is there a third coming?
Yeah, John Wick. And
Keanu Reeves. You're a massive fan of that.
yeah, I like The Matrix too, but that didn't make my list.
Ooh.
Anchorman, Batman.
Wait, Batman or the Dark Knight series?
Oh, just Batman, the Dark Knight series. Yeah,
Christian Bale, hundreds.
and Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah. I watched it the other day.
3 of them?
Yeah. Friday, next Friday, and Friday after next. That's literally what they
Saturday and Sunday are pretty good as well.
Yeah.
6 was sweet, eh?
6 is so not sweet. I just went Harry Potter. I'm a Harry Potter man.
Yeah, you were off me the other day when I said I haven't finished it, eh?
Yeah, I just don't how can you watch a couple but not finish it?
Well, this used to scare me as a kid. Voldemort, bro, he's ugly as.
It's true. That's the other rule. After hippies,
Bro, you're like 32 years old. How did it scare you when you were a kid? The movies came out 15 years ago.
Wow. Pretty sure I'm Harry Potter's age.
who's your favourite character, Cracks?
It's a good question. I like Dumbledore. Oh, look, but Snape, when you look back on it, well, you have to know the storyline. So what Snape
Spoilers, everyone out
did.
there.
Yeah, spoilers alert if you haven't seen it. Snape was the grouse. When you look back on it, he was mad. All right, boys, moving on. You're on an island, 3 movies, rest of your life. What do you got? I didn't even do this. Fuck.
Wow.
What do you-
what do you mean? Our producer didn't
I don't
do
know.
it.
I had it written down, but I didn't fucking write down my answer.
Go, Jack.
It's your language. I went number 1, Good Will Hunting.
Oh, that's a great
That's
movie.
in my list.
man.
That's in my
It's
list.
a great one. Robin Williams, unreal.
Grouse.
God bless.
God bless.
Number 2, I've gone Pulp Fiction,
I like it.
Another good one.
Tarantino, and then my 3rd was The Dark Knight,
Ooh, good work.
Heath Ledger.
Ooh.
That's a great freaking list. Go, Connor.
I actually had The Dark Knight too.
Thank you.
So I thought,
Did you do a list of 3 or 46 or
no,
something?
actually, I just stuck with 3 with this. So I thought I'll get some action. So I'll go with The Dark Knight. Next comes a bit of comedy, bit of drama, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Step Brothers.
And then I wanted to go with a bit of love, Notebook.
Ooh, put it there.
man.
I like that list. My list would be Good Will Hunting, 100%, Scarface, and I think I'd go Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, yeah.
They'd be my 3. You know, you said Pulp Fiction.
Mm.
What would be your 3 Tarantino films, your favourite 3 films?
Django, Inglourious Bastards, Pulp Fiction.
Good
Or
list.
Reservoir Dogs just misses out. But.
Good list. Wow.
I just want to give a shout out to Peanut Butter Falcon too.
Oh, is that with who's
Shia
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah.
And Dakota Johnson, 50 Shades of Grey chick.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I forgot to ask you this
Can I say
question.
my 3?
Yeah, you say, what do you got, Wreck-It Ralph?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Lion King.
Shrek
And
2.
yeah, Shrek 2.
Shout out
the
to
reason
the
why I
others.
didn't the reason why I didn't say mine is because I don't watch movies, but when I do, it's all kids Disney movies. So
I forgot to ask you this question. I might have asked you the question. Did I ask you most underrated film?
Yep.
Oh, mad. Because I didn't write it down, so I must have wrote it down in the text.
Do you have one?
I got one in my mind, yeah.
You go.
Mine is One Night in Miami.
I didn't like it.
I've never seen it. Who was in that?
Oh,
Didn't
so
like
what
it.
it's about, Johnsy, you'll love this. It's about Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and who was the grouse NFL player at the time?
Running back.
Running back.
Chicago Bears. Can't remember his
Hectic.
name.
Find it out, please, while I tell Johnsy about
You
it.
tell the story.
And it was
I'll-
about the night Muhammad Ali beat George Frazier to win the heavyweight title of the world. He was 22 years old. And after that night, they all were close mates. Sam Cooke, the singer, Malcolm X, can't remember the running back, and Muhammad Ali. And they were all in this room. And it's based on pretty true events. No one knows what was said in that room. But after that, they all used their platform to go out and make a change in the world about racism and stuff like that. Grouse. Only just came out. It's on Amazon.
Okay, I'll give it a watch.
What do you got for us, Johnsy? What?
Was it Walter Payton?
No, that's not him.
you know Whoville?
Just look up One Night.
Oh, Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. That's his
Yeah.
name. Jimmy Brown.
Jim
Yeah,
Brown.
yeah,
Do you know the movie with Whoville?
No.
Yeah, I do. This
Tell
is
us
a really
about
good
it.
movie.
Tell us about it.
Animated.
No, honest, I'm being
Actually good.
Animated films underrated.
Mate,
Fantastic
kids movies.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is the grouse.
Thank you.
What's Whoville about?
Hotel
Is it
Transylvania.
about owls?
Whoville. I don't know, how do I forget? But it's a great movie. I've seen it about 100 times.
Isn't that the one where they don't
What's the
have,
one where they
don't
have
have
the,
trees and that?
Yeah, with the air. No, that's
Yeah.
a different one. That's a different one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd ask if you knew.
Oh,
if
thanks
you know
for,
who
thanks for
Whoville is.
chipping in. No, I like that.
I actually have.
I don't watch
I actually
movies.
have an animated one.
What do you got?
Treasure Planet.
Oh,
That is a throwback.
that is good too.
Yeah, because I looked up underrated films online and I just had a little scroll through the list. Treasure Planet, one of the greats. I loved that so much as a kid. And then one from a couple of years ago, American Made.
Oh,
yeah.
Tom
yeah,
Cruise.
Yeah, with Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
and he's the
jet,
pilot.
yeah.
The pilot, yeah. Pilot for like Escobar and that.
Yeah.
An animated film made me cry one time. Coco.
Yeah.
Cried in 2 films and one was animated.
It's a good that's a good
Cooper's
movie.
cried in 2 films I've ever watched in the cinema with him. One was Marley and Me, when the dog dies.
Yeah, I've never
I
seen
don't
it.
really-
Spoilers.
Spoil-
And the other one was 2005 King Kong when he falls off the building.
Yeah.
Cooper started crying.
Have you ever cried in a film, Johnson?
I don't think so. I don't know, not that I can recall.
I cried in Armageddon, and looking back, it's the shittest movie ever.
Hey,
It is so bad.
Bruce Willis would appreciate that.
It is so bad. Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler, shit film. What do you got for us, Johnsy?
I've got
Most underrated film.
my underrated film. Look, it's pretty. People love it, but I think it's underrated. Zodiac. Have you guys?
With Jake Gyllenhaal,
Jake
the
Gyllenhaal,
Zodiac Killer.
Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr. about the Zodiac Killer in the wider San Francisco area.
Bro, I said this to my older brother the other day. I said, grouse. He watched it, didn't like it.
It's on Netflix, I think. It,
Yeah.
it is
So
a
good.
great. It's really interesting. It's a really interesting movie.
Based on true story, too.
True story.
The Zodiac Killer.
No, still not found.
Spoiler alert. Zach, what are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing here. Sorry, guys.
All right, time to wrap it up, boys. That was fun, eh? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, always.
Coming out with more content.
We
New
are.
clothes? New
Yeah,
clothes?
we're pretty
We
consistent
actually,
now.
yeah.
3 podcasts in 3 weeks. Oh, wouldn't read about it.
In like 3 days.
Could have been 4.
Oh,
Easy.
SIM card.
Johnsy.
You just want to talk about the clothes or not?
Nah, they'll see him soon.
Yeah.
We're just getting samples done now and hopefully in a month's time we're got a little drop for everyone.
Well, Johnsy, thanks for joining us again, mate.
It's been an absolute pleasure, fellas.
We'll get it. He'll be on little frequent flyer guest.
We'll see. If Joe Blow doesn't like me, I might not come.
Joe
back.
Barnes.
Yeah, can this bloke please comment on this one, please? Just give us something.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you
Try and
come up
spray
with.
this one, brother, because you
Yeah.
can't, man. It's too
Go on,
good.
what movies do
Let's
you
go.
watch?